Hope everyone's having a blessed morning. I am having a blessed morning. Yes, I am. I'm having a blessed morning. Um, I wasn't gonna go live because I know I went live with a lot of videos, right? And I dropped a lot of heat for you guys and a lot of information, a lot of dope content that I had dropped for you guys. And it was very important for me to drop this dope content is because a lot of this content that I co-create or come up with, it comes from a spiritual sense and it comes from a spiritual realm, and plus mixed in with experience of dealing with the spiritual realm while on earth. The reason why I talk about the spiritual realm so much and I keep on reminding you guys, reminding you is because this spiritual realm is real as the physical realm, even more realer. There's forces over there, there's things over there that the human eye never saw before. Well, you saw it. If you had dreams and you spirit travel and you seen entities and things that was in your dreams, those creatures that you encounter in your dreams are actually true because your spirit picks up information as its spirit travels, right? And it picks up different things because it goes to different levels, right? And experience different levels at the speed of light. So it picks up and remember the information. That's why your brain is there. Your brain is there to house your thoughts, your memories, your experience. That's why your brain is there. Is is to is to what? To be a sponge, right? To hold information. So if you encounter these certain things in your dreams, you encounter these species. Now some live on Earth and some don't live on Earth. Right? That's all I gotta say right there. In order to gain access, in order to understand the spiritual realm, you must accept who you are. You must accept who you are. My house is shaking and I'm scared. You gotta pray. You gotta pray. This is Rest in Peace Juice World 99. You gotta pray. You have to pray, beloved. So, to get back to the topic, our bloodline is being wiped out. And the reason why it's been wiped out, the reason why it's being wiped out and is a war against us. And I just was sitting to myself, I was thinking, I'm like, Dad, why are we getting attacked so much like this? What is going on? The generations before us got attacked. The generations before us put up a really good fight. They put up a really good fight. And all the information that they put forth for us to carry on the torch. Why are we being met with so much demise and so much misinformation, right? What is wiping out the information that came before us? Somebody asks, I want to ask, what do you think of Chinese people? Oh, that's a good question. What I think about Chinese people, right? All civilizations, right? All civilizations basically have an ancient ancestors, right? And it doesn't matter if you white, black, Chinese, whatever your civilization is, it has a ancient ancestor. And with these ancient ancestors, and I'm talking about before Christ time. I'm talking about before BC, right? They didn't speak or they didn't write down as we see it nowadays. They didn't write. These ancestors actually talk to each other telepathically, and they use telekinesis to move things with their mind. And the first people, right, that was in creation, and the first people that was formed from the very earth, the indigenous people of this earth, right, is the descendants, which is us. We was created to keep balance and justice upon this earth. We was created, right, to keep justice and balance upon the earth and the universe, right? And we also was given access to travel back and forth freely from the heavens into the earth. This is actually true fact. Before the creator, when the creator got backdoored, before that, when he got backdoored, he still gave us access to travel back and forth throughout the earth to the heavens, right? And this is to go into my topic, basically, of the bloodline of the ancient ancestors. They are very, very ancient. They were so ancient that they was given access to telepathically speak to the Almighty Creator in existence. This bloodline is very, very strong. Yes, it is. And all civilizations had messengers and prophets to come to them. This is all true fact. But we're talking about this one bloodline that he has chosen to lead, right? To lead his existence of to worship him. There's one bloodline. So it gets spread it out amongst everybody in civilization. This bloodline is getting wiped out by any means necessary on every different levels. This bloodline. Then on top of it, the ancient ancestors, the descendants backdoor us. If you go into studies and you go into doing your research, the descendants that was created from the very, very earth, from the hands of the Creator, basically, shaped and molded us, has been a target from the beginning of man creation. We civilize the uncivilized of all civilizations. Did other civilizations build? Yes. But the reason why all these civilizations build is because the ancient ancestors came together to teach one another. And they didn't speak the way we speaking. They did not speak. They telepathically talked to one another. Telepathically, they talked to each other through the mind, through the body and soul. That's why sign language was what? Sign language is very, very ancient. Because before you speak, there's telepathically you talk in sign language. Sign language is very, very old. This is an old language. Old. That started from the ancient ancestors because we was forbidden to speak. It was forbidden because back then, during that time, when you speak, the whole entire universe, even the Creator himself, want to hear what you say. That's why it's really important to keep your mouth shut on every level. We forgot that. And this bloodline that I'm talking about is it's a big campaign, right, of destruction, murder, death, kill amongst this bloodline, because it's been a war against this bloodline, mentally, spiritually, and physically, to wipe this bloodline out, because this bloodline is the leading force of the actual acts, gaining access to the Creator, that knows where He's actually at and how to get to Him, basically. But He set up barriers that you can't get to Him. In this very bloodline is the actual beginning of creation. In this very bloodline. In this very bloodline, it's the actual technology that lies in this bloodline to bring us to another level. The cure for all diseases of new technology. Anything that you want to think of, new technology that can do with new diseases that we are plagued with each and every day, is in this very bloodline. So, of course, it's going to be a big campaign to kill this very bloodline. This bloodline is a threat to this entity. This entity is jealous, is hateful, and it don't like you, and is the real op of us, this bloodline. So this is why it's a big campaign, right, to destroy the indigenous people of this earth. This is really important that we drop these information and jewels upon us, right, as darkness overspread. But I cannot be the only one on these platforms on YouTube that talks about this. As we go throughout history and as we go throughout this earth, in any way we would like to go, you can see bits and pieces of this, traces of this entity destroying civilizations and leading civilizations down a dark, dark, dark path where they cannot come back. They no longer here. They have been destroyed based on this entity. Because it befriends you. It bewitches you. It dazzles you with speech and all these other things that it don't have the ability to do, and you have the ability to do, because it knows that you, this creature that was created from Him, is higher than any other form that was ever created besides the Creator, even higher than this entity. But you don't know that. So it's going to keep you dumb, deaf, and blind, and set up blockages and darkness upon to destroy this very bloodline of the ancient ancestors. The ancient ancestors were so in tune, right? They are not dead right now. They are not dead. They are not dead. They are up there. They was taken up and so powerful, in tune with spirituality. Everything about them was spirituality and a spiritual force. This, and then on earth, it is its job, this entity, barbaric, evil, twisted mindset, demonic evil, is to do what? To set up rules and regulations for your demise and the destruction of your physical in every level that you can think about. So this is why all of these things are going on, and this is why all of this procreation, to mislead you, to misinform you on who you are, basically. And this is all civilization, but the target is on the first creation of mankind. The first creation of mankind that was created from the very, very earth, that is part of the earth. And the earth, they are the earth, and the earth is them. Nature is them, and they are nature. They are in tune with any and everything in nature, because they understand and know that they was created to keep balance and justice upon the earth and the universe. This is actual, true facts from a spiritual sense. Being that it's a big campaign to lead you down a very dark path you don't understand, right? We are plagued with drugs. We are plagued with murder, death, kill. We are plagued with things that can control our mind, our speech, everything. So On every level, there's a war. How can you win this war? How can you set up a map, and how can you set up certain things to go around it, jump over it, right? And to avoid this. These things need to be put in the proper perspective. After you knowing these certain things, what are you going to do? Because now it's game time. Now that all the pieces are on the chessboard on every level, what can you do? Well, being that everything is physical, right? Everything that we see is physical. Everything that we see is physical. A majority of us don't believe in the spiritual realm. We don't believe in the visibility of the unseen world which exists. Because your spirit travel. That tells you right there. You spirit travel, and you dream. And you go out of there. It puts you in you know how you dream. You like, Dad, I'm flying. You can actually fly. Your spirit. Yes. You can actually fly. So these certain things is telling you how great you are as a creation, right, of him. So it is given access to destroy you. It's going to be a big war, a big campaign to show that your demise is the key. This is why the bloodline and all of the communities and all of the societies and all civilizations are being destroyed, are met with forces and deadly demise as we see it. But there's one bloodline that have to be eradicated and destroyed. The fight is not over just because Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the last messenger and prophet. That's it? No, the fight keeps going on. There's still bloodline here of the ancient ancestors that have to put the fight up, that have to keep this going on, that have to push back of this certain program that's going on to destroy you at the end of the day. What are we going to do? All of us is going to sit back and be like, okay, I'm going to roll with the program. Even though it may look like it's good for you, but it's really bad for you because it's leading your spirit, right, and your soul down a path of darkness for fame, fortune, and riches. These certain things, fame, fortune, and riches, is inside of you. These very elements, right, is placed here for your benefits, and it's inside of you. The diamonds, the gold, the rubies, the silver, it is inside of you. Because it isn't inside of the earth. So if it's part of the earth, that means that it is part of you. And you are part of it. So to bring it forth, bring this forth, right? Basically to bring it forth in a materialistic form, a physical form, so that it can destroy you and murder you after we fight each other over this materialistic stuff. There's enough to go around. But as it's set up certain ways, right, to put people in certain places to control these minerals and resources, which is here to benefit all civilizations, so we can trade with one another, it put greed and wealth and property there and place people there in certain ways. But you cannot see it. So all these abilities of free will and having will is inside of us, right? To lead all civilization down a path of darkness at the end of the day. It is here for your demise. It is here to destroy the bloodline of the ancient ancestors, because the ancient ancestors prayed to the utmost high to keep their bloodline alive, keep their bloodline to exist to the end of time, to the end of days, right? To the day of judgment. The bloodline is always going to be here. So it specifically, right, it doesn't know actually who is up next. Is, you know what? It just said, you know what? I don't care who's up next. I'm going to destroy each and every bloodline and each and every body from this very bloodline. It doesn't know. It doesn't care. And then it get others to do that. It doesn't know. So, once you started speaking and once you start to realize that this is a spiritual world, you got to talk up. You got to speak up. You can no more dibble and dabble into this world. Now you're in a whole nother other different type of world, a whole other different type of existence, which coexists was on the earth. And it does not want you to do that. It does not want you to gain access to uplift your inner self, to activate your inner self, to activate the scientist, to activate the leader, to activate the judge, to activate the nurse, to activate the surgeon, and all these other professions that was procreated by us through the Almighty, basically. It's here to destroy the bloodline because the bloodline is an enemy. Thank you so much, Breezy B. We love your videos. Yo, I appreciate it. Please like and share. Please like, share, subscribe. These are really, really dope content, really, really dope videos so that we can lead a force and that we can understand our future and prepare for it. You are so real. You talk hella real. Breezy B. Breezy B, I'm subscribing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it because this information that I'm talking about, this is needed in society today, right now. We don't need to hear about who's snitching, who's fighting, who's killing, who's doing that, even though there's a lane for that. But over there, there's a lot of us over there because this is what we have been taught. This is what we've been plagued with, generation to generation. There's no different than the generation that came before us that was met with the same thing. But the generation that came before us, right, in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, have fought and died for this land, for this very land. So we got to keep the fight going on. It is a blessed land. It is a blessed land, rich with the descendants of the ancient ancestors that have fought and died and made this very earth a sanctuary for us. It's a port between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. The spiritual realm and the physical realm. Everything that you see that's upon this earth, right, is a prototype of the next world. It's a prototype. The trees, the birds, the bees, the animals is in the next life. It's a prototype. It's a prototype of the next. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. These animals and trees and fruits that we see, right, is a prototype of the actual true fruits that's in the next world. All these fruits and water that you see is in the next world. But it's different though. These things are everlasting. They are everlasting in the taste, and you bite into these fruits. You know how over here, when you bite into it, it's so juicy, but over there, the taste never leaves. It's everlasting. Do you understand? It's everlasting. It doesn't have time over there. Time does not exist over there. It only exists in this realm, right? Because this realm is a port. Won't you understand this? And the ancient ancestors understood this. They understood the assignment. And this is why they were so in tune with the Creator. Breezy B said, yeah, I understand. Thank you so much. We have to do this. We have to lead a force. So I need as many as people to come over here and fight with me. I can't do it by myself. Physically, I can't do it by myself. I can't. My platform, right, is up against major platforms and major people that's stealing my content and making content and topics out of it, right, and gaining a lot of access and money off it. Because you know why? They consider that I'm a little YouTuber. I don't have followers. I don't have as much subscribers as them. They've been on here for a very long time. So these are the people that I'm up against. But what you subscribing and sharing and liking is going to help me lead a force, right, to change the narrative on this very right platform, YouTube. And I want to thank YouTube for giving me a platform and a voice to come to your guys and warn your guys what's really going on. We can all see it. It is a fight that's going on spiritually. Spiritually, that is the foundation. This is the foundation. So the fight is to destroy the bloodline on every level. What is the bloodline? The bloodline, as I break down from the ancient ancestors that was in tune with spirituality, they telepathically talk to one another and build pyramids, right? And was taught how to build pyramids because you know how they was taught? They was taught by the birds and bees and the ants. Taught them. And about chambers and all the other stuff. Where you think they came from? They used to connect with these insects and with the animals. That's how tuned they was. They used to talk to one another. One of the examples that was still existing was Solomon. Solomon was so in tune, he used to talk to other life forms, other existence, other entities. He used to talk to the birds and bees and insects. This is actual fact. See, he's of that bloodline. And you of that bloodline too. You have to get in tune because this is spirituality. The more that we become an earthly being, the more we become a materialistic, right, of this earth. The more we get away from spirituality, the more we get away, because we are taught that everything is physical. This stuff is put here for the benefit of mankind, basically. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's not put here for us to fight and kill each other. These minerals and materialistic things is for what? It's to get us to the next level. Breezy B said, I have got to go. I am so sorry. Hope you gain more people. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's what I'm trying to do, Breezy. Please like, share, subscribe, get the information out. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it that you was here with me. And I understand that you have to go. I really appreciate it. Have an amazing, great day. When you going out and about, out in the world, whatever you do, be safe. Thank you. So these are the things that we need to talk about. It's a war against the bloodline. Our bloodline is being wiped out on every level. However you want to think about it. Breezy B said, you're welcome. You're welcome. You too. Thanks so much. Thank you. So this bloodline is being wiped out from the ancient ancestors that's no longer here, but still exist in another realm. Our ancestors, yes. Yes. So the bloodline of the ancient ancestors, do the descendants, we are the descendants, are still here. It's still here. It didn't stop with Prophet Muhammad, meaning that there's going to be, he's of that bloodline too. He's of that bloodline too. That the Creator, he said, this day I have fulfilled my day and made my promise. What promise that he's talking about? Do you understand? In these scriptures, he said, this day I perfected your religion, right? And did what? I fulfilled my oath. He's talking about he fulfilled his oath with the ancient ancestor that he promised them that he was going to keep this bloodline going. And the bloodline is still here. Traces of it is still here. But this thing cannot pinpoint because there's so many people. This is why it's here to destroy any and everything that is in its path. And it's my job and other people that's on YouTube is to expose this murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted way that use the shadows to hide to destroy you at the end of the day and destroy the bloodline. That's just something I wanted to drop on you. That's just something I just want to give up. You know, I'm not going to keep you too long because I know that you're really busy and you have a lot of stuff to do. So keep your eyes open and your head on the swivel. There's murder, death, kill going on here. Not just physically, right? Not just physically, but spiritually, mentally. Right? Murder, death, kill. Live the life, leave the life. Ain't no thing. I'm married to the game and the game is married to me. It cloaks itself with your lower desires of fame, fortune, and riches. That's what it does. Of your demise, of darkness as it overspread us individually and collectively. Let's give it back to the co-creators of it. This is all big facts. Yes. Each one teach one. Its objective and plan is to get you up in these plantations, rocking state greens as you walking around the yard, hit with 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, life ultimately. You become an organ donor and don't even know it. As you spin the block with each other, boom, 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 boom. Selling drugs, drinking, smoking, the synthetic weed, which is blocking your spirituality at the end of the day. And yeah, that's right, in death. You eating Jack Mac, Slim Jims, eating these soups, honey buns, eating all this stuff while you got 15, 20 years over your head. You and your crew. This is all big facts. How you doing? Please like, share, subscribe to the Dopest channel out right now on YouTube. Let's come up with bangers and heat. Bangers and heat. Bangers and heat for you and I. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Hit it. So you can know that I'm dropping bangers and heat. So we can get past this darkness that overspreads us. Beloved, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, prince and princess, all around the world. That's right, we are here. Awesome Flow is here right now to warn us, to encourage us, to educate us. That's right, to spirituality, the oneness of the Creator. He is the Lord. He is the founder of everything in existence. That's right. I'm coming with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, experience from a spiritual eye. Been there, done that. That's right. Thank you so much. Peace, y'all. Peace.